Let's get this party started. I'm excited. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about Montgomery Jones, Lori Jones and Eric Montgomery. Lori is a multidimensional artist with a diverse professional background, having performed in regional theaters, jazz clubs, pop and dance bands, on cruise ships, ooh, blessings for you, and as a backup singer on a variety of major label recordings. More recently, Lori has been focused on performing and writing music that reflects her deepening spirituality. She released her first studio album in that realm called Walk Your Life in 2015, joining forces with partner and co-producer Eric Montgomery. They went on to produce her second album, Watch Love Rise, a couple of years later, and they are currently working on a more collaborative effort as Montgomery Jones. Eric Montgomery is an accomplished multi-instrumentalist, songwriter, producer, speaker, and solar energy consultant. He has always had a passion for the natural world with a drive to understand, honor, utilize, and protect it. He is a certified shamanic practitioner, a climate reality leader through Al Gore's acclaimed training program, and a game changer through the Pachamama Alliance. He's also a facilitator of that organization's Awakening the Dreamer Symposium. Together, Lori and Eric are committed to sharing their clean energy for good ministry of music, education, inspiration, and empowerment, promoting clean energy for all life, inside and out. So help me bring these two up to the stage. Montgomery Jones, y'all.
Well, hello. Thank you all for being here. This is a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Rev Amani, for having us and allowing us this playground, so to speak, to share our music and our message. And I'd like to start with a song that you can sing with me. The lyrics aren't posted here, but it's pretty simple and repetitive, and I'll just kind of shout it out, and after a while you're gonna get it. So sing if you are so inspired. It's called I Am Home. I am home, 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 in my heart, in my heart. I am home, 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 in my heart. That's pretty much it. I am home, 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 in my heart, in my heart. I am home, 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 in my heart. I am home, I am home, in my heart. I am home, I am home. I am free in my soul, free, free, free. In my soul, in my soul. I am free, free, free. In my soul. I am free, free, free. In my soul, in my soul. I am free, free, free. In my soul. I am free, free. I am free. In my soul. I am free, free. I am free. Peace in my mind. I am peace, peace, peace. In my mind, in my mind. I am peace, peace, peace. In my mind. I am peace, peace, peace. In my mind, in my mind. I am peace, peace, peace. In my mind. I am peace, peace, peace. I am peace. In my mind. I am peace, peace. I am peace. I am love on this earth. Love, love, love. On this earth, on this earth. I am love, love, love. On this earth. I am love, love, love. On this earth, on this earth. I am love, love, love. On this earth. I am love, love, love. I am love on this earth. I am love, love, love. I am love. I am home, home, home. In my heart, in my heart. I am home, home, home. In my heart. Yeah, thanks for singing along. I wrote that song as a reminder for me, thank you, to always come back to my heart, which is home. That's home. And Eric and I are traveling right now. We are traveling in our vintage Silver Streak, 1973 Silver Streak trailer. It's got solar panels on it. It's completely off-grid. But anyway, we're traveling around a lot. But we have created a physical, sacred, a home in the trailer, and we also do, it's practice, right? It's practice to be home wherever we are. So that's kind of the gist of where that song came from. It's a practice. And Eric, do you want to tell them a little bit about when you talked about coming back to the heart, and the heart being so instrumental in our message. So can you tell us a little bit about your shamanic
Absolutely.
background?
So my formal training in shamanism started with the Light Song community in Portland, Oregon, and it's kind of a neat story. I discovered it in 2011 after hardship in my life, and it was like coming home. It was a necessary thing. My mind got ahead of my heart, and so my first quest was about putting my heart before my head. And I was already immersed in New Thought, but I felt like I needed something a little more extroverted and getting right into my heart. And anyway, so I met Dr. Jan Inglesmith, and her story is quite remarkable. She was adopted into the Lakota tribe, and she's a mutt like most of us, right? A lot of different descents, and so she was adopted into this culture. They took her in at a very young age, and as she learned all the rituals, the ceremonies, and all the traditions of the Red Path. And she went on to get her doctorate in psychology, and she asked the elders, she said, I really want to teach the perennial wisdoms of Earth, and I'd like to do it with the foundation of the Lakota traditions, ceremonies, and rituals, but I want to expand it into a more global approach. And so that's what Light Song is. And the title of the school is Light Song School of 21st Century Shamanism. So that leads me, I know it's Creation Month, and when you told me about that, Reverend Amani, sorry, I thought of a really special mythology, so to speak, that I created. My mother had a doctorate in mythology and depth psychology, and so I had a pretty cool hippie type upbringing, and she would always say, "You were drumming in the womb," because I was drumming on everybody's heads from a little kid, and she just always said that until the day she died. She said, "You were always drumming in the womb." And so she also, just before she died, she was going to write a book, and it was about, freeing women, empowering women. That was her life mission. And she was writing a book, and she was going to title it, Who Said God Said? And so I kind of took I Am a Drummer, that myth, my story, and that concept that she shared with me about who said God said. And so I'm going to share this creation story with you. In the beginning, God said. Who said God said? I said God said. God said, let there be light. And from this light, I became a sparkle in my dad's eyes. And from this sparkle, I burst forth into my mother's womb, gyrating and vibrating to and fro to the procreative rhythms of the universe as I drummed my first performance in my mother's womb, entrained with her heart, my heart, her heart, my heart, her heart, my heart, her heart, my heart, and bam! Suddenly the doctor slapped me on the butt And I was brought into the reality of earth, right? And ever since then, I've been on this journey of returning to the heart. That's been my path, is to find the heart. And that's what a shaman is at the source. Shamans see with their hearts. So why do I tell you that story? Because it is my story, it's my myth. And the cool thing is it's your story and your myth. Every one of us is a drummer, right? If we have a heartbeat, we're a drummer. And the message was so beautiful today, this morning. Well, I won't talk about that. Keep it on track. The heart is so tied with time, right? And, excuse me. So, we're on a path of the heart. And so I'd like to make a declaration to you right now that there's a new breed of shaman healers in the world today. And it's you, and it's me, it's all of us. We were here, we were brought here at this time. We came here at this time through that same path that I just shared with you of birth, creation, to bring this planet back to center, the center of the heart. The shaman's role is to see and remove negative energy and thought patterns and build a bridge that connects us back fully in our hearts and in balance with all life on this planet. So let's take a little journey into our hearts. So take several deep breaths and allow yourself to find that peaceful place within. Which is always right here in our heart center. Bring awareness to your physical heart and the space that it occupies. Breathe deep into your heart and breathe out. Now see with your heart's eye this loving, clean energy, white light essence that surrounds you in the shape of a sphere, about arm's length around you. This beautiful white light. Breathe in and breathe out. See and feel this beautiful love coming from your heart center, through your veins, into your blood, out through your nerves, out into this electromagnetic energy, beautiful white light sphere around you. This is you. This is your heart. Now look just beyond the horizon, beyond the depth of that sphere, and see all of your relationships, all the animals, all of humanity, just beyond your sphere. Now I want you to breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe out, see that white light expanding and embracing all of humanity, all living things. place of being one with all. This is you. This is your loving heart. Bask in that love, bask in that energy. See that world that works for all. Now see beyond that sphere, this loving energy, white light, essence of you. And see the planet Earth, Mother Nature, Gaia. And as you breathe in and breathe out, expand that white light essence that is you, and embrace the planet and all living creatures within. Mother Earth is you. Mother Earth is your heart. And all of humanity is a part of your heart. This is your loving nature in its greatest perfection. Now, as soon as you are ready, return to the room, but continue with that feeling, that enlightenment of being one and embracing all of humanity and Mother Earth in your heart.
So tell us a little bit more about your mom. You started to talk about Carol.
My mom was quite a character, her and her friend. She was like my second mom, but I have so many stories that have enriched my life, and I just kind of had to narrow it down to some key points. But my mother and her friend, Rita, they used to take me as a young boy around. I grew up on a wheat and cattle ranch in eastern Washington, and that in itself is a diverse, rich experience that taught me a lot about the divergent paths of the white people, the white bodies and the red bodies, life on the pathways. And anyway, so this one particular day, they took us to Chief Joseph's gravesite. And they took us to all different kinds of places around there and to see the land and the peoples there. But this one particular experience really enriched me and shaped my life to this day. And we met who I believe was a medicine man. And he had this glow, just this inner wisdom that just spoke through his whole body. And I remember him looking at me and with that same compassionate glow, and he got down to my level and just out of nowhere just says, "Ichi ahu," means nothing without heart. And you can imagine being a little kid, never experiencing anything like that, just being awestruck, looking up at this amazing man. And I felt like it was a kind of an ordination. To this day, I look back at it and I think it was some kind of ordination for me to pursue the path of the heart. And so that set me out on a journey and quite painful journey, obviously. And I went through a lot of trials and tribulations. And when I found Light Song, it brought me home. And I started to learn what the pathway of the heart is. Shamans see with their hearts. They see everything out here in the outer world experiences as a projection, a mirror of the vibration from your own heart. So if there's something happening out here that we don't like, that it just doesn't make sense or whatever, that means we have work to do. Ichi ahu means nothing without heart. The journey of finding the heart is really through that, discovering what the parasitical ego is, right? The parasitical ego shuts down that heart portal, the one we just journeyed on. They've measured it in quantum physics. They've measured what our heart energy center, they can take pictures of that energy around us, right? There's a 9-foot sphere around us of heart energy, electromagnetic energy. And we're actually connected to each other through that energy and to the earth. The earth has electromagnetic energy. And they've really been discovering that, like when 911 hit. The electromagnetic energy of the earth spiked. And they couldn't figure it out, and they put it on a map. The scientists looked on a map and put all the data, and it lined up right with 911 when the towers fell. So we're connected. It's real. And so we know that low vibrations, a new thought, we talk about this all the time, our thoughts control our vibrations. The frequency of fear, hostility, self-importance, depression, self-doubt, cynicism, frustration. Just hearing those words just, brings you down. But the high vibrations like gratitude, appreciation, and joy, they raise that amplitude high enough to open that heart portal up and bring peace, healing, joy. It just expands. And this allows us to have an escape, truly an escape from pain and suffering that an open heart will quickly remedy. The Course in Miracles, which was a download from Jesus, I don't know if anybody's read that, but the history, the foundation of that is a download from Jesus, and who I think was the great shaman. He says, peace is the only goal. Love is the only thing that is real. Everything else is an illusion. Quantum physics is telling us that 0.0000001% is the reality that we see with our 5 senses. Isn't that crazy? What's the rest of it? Kind of sounds like Ichiahu. That heart space is really what is important. Love is the only thing that is real. The Lakota have a saying, and I've been saying it tonight, Aho Mitakuyasin. And I know you probably heard that, right? Let's say it together. Let's say Aho.
Aho.
Mitakuyasin.
Mitakuyasin.
Aho Mitakuyasin.
Aho Mitakuyasin.
And so it basically means hello, thank you. Aho means hello, thank you, or amen. It's a reverence, right? It's a salutation. And Mitakuyasin means all of my relationships, all my relations. It reflects the worldview of interconnectedness held by people of the heart. Who's that? That's us. Every living thing has a heart. So it's a greeting, a blessing, an affirmation of oneness and harmony with all forms of life. Not just people, animals, birds, insects, trees, and plants, and even rocks, rivers, mountains, and valleys. It's a deep love and reverence for all of creation and the balance of it. Got to play sound guy here, too.
This is a song that we wrote kind of recently, pretty much about just what you talked about. Step lightly. lightly, step lightly. Bodies don't last forever, but our footprints do. Step lightly, step lightly. We're all renting space, and these vessels too. Feet planted in the earth, just enough to feel its worth. Listening to hear its call, honoring the long haul. We leave more than ash and bone. We leave the future for our own. Walking in the here and now. Let us make this sacred vow to step lightly, step lightly. Bodies don't last forever, but our footprints do. Step lightly, step lightly. We're all renting space, and these vessels too. Be awake or leave a wake of destruction. Let's disrupt this. Make a choice while we still can. Love in action for the sacred land. Oh, oh, oh. We leave more than ash and bone. We leave the future for our own. Walking in the here and now. Let us make this sacred vow to step lightly, step lightly. Bodies don't last forever, but our footprints do.
Step lightly,
Yeah,
step
lightly.
lightly. We're all renting space, and these vessels too. Step lightly,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
step lightly.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Bodies don't last forever, but our footprints do.
Step lightly, step lightly. So we are we are living in both amazing and challenging times. I think we could all agree, right? And as far as the climate goes, you know, I think what this is all about is that we do the work, but it's really going to need to be deeper than that, right? We need to change have a change of heart, and really see the earth as us. That's really the only way. And, you know, truly loving with our hearts to create a peaceful planet that works for all requires us not only to do this inner work, but to move our feet in the world as well, right? As in New Thought, we say treat and move your feet, right? So, yeah, we need to remove those barriers to real love by changing our relationship with energy itself. We need to see that everything we do is creating and consuming energy at many levels. Eating, driving, warming our home, turning on the lights, flushing our toilets. And we must have that awareness of where this energy comes from. And if it's not clean, to do our best to change it. Because the sooner we do, the sooner we will experience heaven right here on earth.
For every ailment in life, there is a remedy right within reach in nature. That's creation. Every single ailment. This is a perennial wisdom. Our ancient people knew this. They were born on a planet, and that's what they had. We've lost touch with it. I mean, as a whole, right? We're all on different journeys and all different spectrums of rising to this awareness. And so, there's two really big practical things that we can do to embrace that inner shaman and bring it out here, extend our heart out here, and really be paying attention to our heart and how it's affecting the whole. And they have to do with that one thing that's in the sky. The sun. We can touch the sun right here. It gives us life, right? So doesn't it stand to reason that that sun would give us the two most powerful things that would return this planet into the right balance for a sustained life for our future generations? So you can probably guess what those two things are, but I'm just going to talk to you about them. One of them is solar for your home, solar for your business if you can. This is an extension of my shamanic healing on the planet, is to be a solar consultant. Kind of crazy, right? It really takes two different sides of my brain, because the shamanic side is really on the creative side. But to be a solar consultant, it's all about math. It's all about educating people, right? So the first way that you can make a huge impact is to go solar if you can. And I know a lot of us have. A lot of us here probably have, and some of us may not, and that's okay. But this is a way that we can actively love with our heart and help reverse the damages to each other and the planet. You know, our homes emit, on average in the United States, 7 tons of CO2 into the atmosphere per year. And I was a climate reality leader. I did the training, and Al Gore talks about this ungodly amount of waste that we're filling up into our atmosphere. And he shows this picture, and it's a picture of the planet Earth from a satellite, and the sun is just coming up over the horizon, and you can see it, the sunlight spreading out over the perimeter of the Earth, right? And it's really thin. The atmosphere is really thin. And Carl Sagan says it's kind of the same thing as shellac on the floor or on a table. That's how thin it is in relationship to the Earth. We look up and we see this huge, expansive sky. But what happens when the sun goes down? We can see all those stars and everything. It's really thin. And we're dumping tons and tons of waste into it every day. So this is one of the most impactful and measurable things that we can do, is go solar. And also, if you can't go solar for whatever reason, talk to others about it. Encourage them to do it. It's not only great for the environment, but it's great for your pocketbook too. It really is. It's economical. Solar has come down in cost. So that's enough on that. If you'd like to know about it, I can go off on all the math and everything and see if it works for you. But the other practical way is, drum roll, eat a plant-based diet as much as possible. I don't know if you've heard it, but the science is in. Industrialized meat and dairy, it's really, really hard on the planet. In fact, there's new studies that are coming out that it's like 67 to 80% of our carbon footprint on this planet. It's that industrialized meat. And there's whole studies on it. You can Google it and find out. But there's the climate healers, if you're interested in it. Sailesh Rao is a scientist that is very reputable, and he's very much pushing for this plant-based education. And you know, so meat and dairy in large quantities, they're discovering that they're not so good for us in our health. So it stands to reason that those things aren't good for the planet either, because the planet is an extension of us. There's an old Native American prophecy. When the earth is ravaged and the animals are dying, a new tribe of people shall come unto the earth from many colors, classes, creeds, and who by their actions and deeds shall make the earth green again, and they will be known as the warriors of the rainbow. So I just want to repeat this declaration. I strongly believe there is a new breed of shaman in the world today. It's you, it's me, it's all of us. We all have the ability to be a shaman. It's our birthright. We were created into it. We are heart beings. The heart is our guide. We are all healers. I believe Jesus was the great shaman. He was a warrior of the heart. He said, "Where two or more are gathered, there I am." When we expand our hearts to each other. He also said that you will do far greater things than I. Not me, Jesus. I think Jesus was pre-creating the future with his heart, don't you? Like all great shamans, he knew that the secret of life is seeing and serving the world as our hearts, that we are connected to all living things with our hearts, and all living things are connected to earth. Aho mitakuyasin. I believe Jesus was trying to tell us that we all have the capacity to be shamans and heal the world. We were born with the same tools as he, this amazing heart and this amazing mind. We have just forgotten. It's about remembering.
So what do you say? Will you join us and embrace your inner shaman? Sound like a good idea? I do believe that we can and will. I believe that we can heal our hearts and use that to heal each other and the planet by changing our relationship with energy, and heal each other by stepping into our true purpose with that energy, inside and out. So every time we purchase something or turn something on or eat something, we just need to ask ourselves the question, is this coming from and creating clean energy? It's an awareness.
So let's all listen to that steady, pounding rhythm that's in our chest that so wants to sustain life for all living things. Let's heal humanity and planet with our hearts and give the future back to our children. Let's create a ministry of clean energy inside and out. Better yet, let's create a clean energy revolution inside and out.
One, two, here we are. Okay, here we go. I see that look in your eyes. You're so far away, closed up tight. Dark clouds distorting the view. All that doubt pushing through. Go ahead, ride the waves that you feel. In time, you'll return to what's real. I know you'll come back. Come back to your heart, to all that you are, to all that you are. Oh. Take a good look around and sink your feet in the ground. Let the earth embrace you. the air caress you and take you. Hear it whisper a sweet, sweet song, reminding you that you belong. Oh, come back. Come back to your heart, to all that you are, to all that you are, all that you are. Oh, come back. Come back to your heart. Come back to your heart, to all that you are, to all that you are, to all that you are.